Day 2 of the Patriot League Softball Championship gets underway, and it's a rematch of last year's title game. Army seeking revenge against BU, while the Terriers keeping it loose here at home, just 2 wins away from becoming only the second team in league history to 4P. Hello and good morning to you, and welcome to BU Softball Field. Corey Naito with you. We are in for a treat to start off our triple header coverage. We begin with the number 1 seed Boston University. Ace pitcher Casey Ricard was chased in the first inning by the 4th-seeded Lafayette Leopards after Lafayette scored 3 quick runs. However, the Terriers' offense chipped away with 7 unanswered using the long ball, highlighted by Kiyomi Apollo's late home run to break it open for a 7-3 win for the Terriers. Meanwhile, for the Black Knights, it was a similar story. Trailing 3-0 in the opening inning after a 2-out, 3-run homer in the first, Army manufactured runs by putting the ball in play and capitalizing on some defensive miscues from the young Raiders out of Colgate. In the end, Army was able to chip away. Manufacture is what they do best, and Hannah Laub launched her 7th homer of the year to ice an Army 6-3 victory. In the circle, the Black Knights were sensational, highlighted by Brianna Izzo. She was wonderful in relief. 4 1/3 scoreless innings, holding Colgate's powerful offense to just 1 hit, combining for a 2-hitter with starter Caitlin Flanders, and Army will look for a similar performance here today to punch its ticket to the championship game tomorrow. Meanwhile, Casey Ricard looks to bounce back against a team that has had success against her this season. Army scored 11 runs on 16 hits in 18 innings of work. BU ended up losing the first game of the series, but Ricard and the Terriers able to bounce back in the next 2 thanks to some fantastic defense behind the ace, and Ricard was the winning pitcher in back-to-back games en route to her NCAA leading 30 victories this season. And we are almost set for game number 3 of the week, game number 1 of our triple header coverage. And we have plenty of action coming your way. Thanks so much for making us a part of your morning here. This is a marquee matchup, a rematch of last year's championship meeting between BU and Army when the Terriers beat the Black Knights up at Army West Point. Let's take a look at the Boston University Terriers starting lineup. Brooke Depies will lead things off. Kylie Doherty, the league's player of the year, hits second. Megan Coyle, who homered in yesterday's win, is the 3-hitter. You've got Niver, Lyons, Klein, 4, 5, and 6. Apollit, Christopher, and Kupal, lower third of the lineup. And they will be facing Brianna Izzo, who had been sensational yesterday, as we mentioned and highlighted. There are her numbers this year. The senior out of Irvine, California, 4 1/3 scoreless innings of relief to help Army come from behind and win 6-3 against the young Colgate Raiders, the number 2 seed. Both teams having to erase early 3-0 deficits. We will see what is in store here today between two of the most experienced teams in the Patriot League. So BU will start as the visitors here today. The number 1 seed, meanwhile, Army, the 3 seed. Another beautiful day for softball here in Boston, Massachusetts. First pitch temperature 57 degrees, a slight breeze. Izzo is ready, Depies is ready, and the first pitch of the game downstairs for a ball. Depies, the table setter for this Boston University squad. Back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year honors, but she can get it done at the plate as well, coming in hitting .378 with a .589 slug and OPS over 1,000. That bounces in, almost got Depies. Izzo missing with 2 of her first 3 here to start this morning off. Here's a pitch, and it's a bouncer left side, deep in the hole, off the glove of Brown. Depies reaches. Will be interesting to see how they rule that. I don't think even if Brown fielded that cleanly with the speed of Depies, if that would have been a play made. And that will bring up Kylie Doherty, and it is an infield single. So leadoff runner aboard against Izzo. The dangerous Doherty at the plate. Junior outfielder out of Bolton, Massachusetts. 24 homers, 83 RBIs, both league records. Hits a high bouncer over to third. White is there. Will go across the diamond and get Doherty for out number 1. So a runner in scoring position for the Terriers here in the opening inning. 2 batters in. Boston U did not score until the middle innings in game 1 yesterday against Lafayette. Scored 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth. Here is Coyle, who homered yesterday, pops it up in a shallow center. Sienna Tepley is there, and she makes the catch. And just like that, there's 2 outs. So the senior retired. Izzo looking for a scoreless first inning to set the tone for Army West Point. Sienna Tepley roaming center field today for the Black Knights. Here is Sophie Niver, the left-handed designated player. In her junior season with the Terriers, cleanup hitter, hitting .381, making her 42nd start of the year. 2 homers, 18 runs batted in. Depies off at second, opened the game up with an infield single. Izzo trying to keep her stranded right there. Dealing with their second team All-Patriot League selection in Niver. Izzo back in the circle, the pitch. And it's yanked down the right field line for a hit. Depies will score without a throw, and 2-out RBI hit for Sophie Niver. BU up 1-0. Good piece of hitting by the cleanup hitter, able to just rope it down the right field line. 19th RBI of the season for Niver. Cameron Lyons, the left-handed center fielder, takes the first pitch inside. Calling balls and strikes this morning, Kevin Thompson, George Maldonado at first, Jonathan Hagenbuck at third. As you see the replay of the RBI single to get the Terriers offense on the board first. Off speed from Izzo, floats in for a strike. This is a Terrier team coming in top 10 in all of Division I softball in runs per game. 1-1 is a bouncer over to first. Lob glove, steps on the bag, and that will end the top half of the inning. But they're able to tack on a run on a 2-out RBI single from Sophie Niver. Terriers 1, Army grabbing its bats.
For nearly 4 decades, the Patriot League has delivered high academic and athletic achievements in the NCAA while paving a bright future for its student athletes. We are today's scholar athletes. We are tomorrow's leaders. We are the Patriot League.
At PenFed Credit Union, we help our members make the most of their personal finances so they can make the most of their dreams.
PenFed's got great rates for everyone.
The Patriot League on ESPN is on Instagram. Championship moments, amazing highlights, behind-the-scenes coverage, and features on the best and brightest student athletes in the NCAA. Follow us at Patriot League today.
Army West Point trailing 1-0. Take a look at the batting lineup for Army coming in, hitting just under 300 as a team. Tayton Moore, a fantastic leadoff hitter. Keep an eye out for Taylor Brown and Ashton White, back-to-back senior captains. And they will face Casey Ricard, the 3-time Patriot League Pitcher of the Year. And the first pitch is cut on and fouled off by the catcher Moore. Ricard looking to bounce back after an early exit yesterday. Recorded just 1 out in the first inning against Lafayette. She has been fantastic, though. The number's incredible. A 2.90 ERA, over 222 innings of work. And the Massachusetts native looking to cap off her senior season with another Patriot League championship. Tayton Moore and the Black Knights, though, looking to stand in the way of the Terriers here in Boston. Moore having a fantastic season, spearheading this lineup for the Black Knights. Moore out of St. Petersburg, Florida, in her sophomore season, hitting .517 over her last 11 games, where she has started in 9 of them. That is on the outside corner, but not a strike, and the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter. Moore on the season, hitting .417. She's making her 18th start of the year, a homer and 14 runs batted in. Ricard looking to start her day with a strikeout. It's a roller over to third. Nice ranging play by Kupal, and the freshman retires Moore. Nicely done over there at the hot corner by Madison Kupal. That's the first out recorded by Casey Ricard. Ricard, you could spend an entire game talking about her resume, her accomplishments. One of the best to ever do it at Boston U and in the Patriot League. Taylor Brown, the 6'2 senior shortstop, steps in. Brown has had success against Ricard this year, hit a 2-run homer against the Boston U ace, second batter into the series opener between these two teams. Takes the pitch high. Brown with a solid day yesterday to help Army get past Colgate. Hitting .301 on the season, has started in all but one of the now 57 games for Army West Point this season. 7 homers, 24 runs batted in. Gives this pitch a ride in the left, but playable for Doherty. And there's 2 away. Defense has been good for both teams this season. Doherty having a fantastic year, the Patriot League Player of the Year. And here comes Ashton White, the third baseman, last season's Player of the Year in the Patriot League. White, a senior out of Alabama, picking up her 3rd first-team All-Patriot League selection this year. Second on the team for Army, hitting .376 this year, 11 homers and 51 runs batted in. The 51 ribbies, well more than anybody else in this Black Knights lineup. Went 1 for 3 with an RBI in the win over Colgate, did White yesterday. White led all Black Knight hitters in the regular season with 69 hits, 23 of them going for extra bases. In the driver's seat, 3 balls and no strikes. 2 of the best here in the Patriot League in their final season with their respective teams. An early run in the top of the first for Boston U, giving Ricard a little room to work with. That is a liner right off of her knees. She shovel tosses it to first, and White able to beat it out, according to George Maldonado, the first base ump. Boston U celebrates. Army not happy with the call, but in the end, it turns out to be a 1-2-3 inning for Ricard. Hopefully she's all right on that comebacker. We go to the top of the second, BU up by a run. Follow the Patriot League on social, on Instagram, X, YouTube, and LinkedIn, all under the handle @PatriotLeague. And for more Patriot League content, follow us on TikTok @PatriotLeagueTV. Sun is shining, a gentle breeze blowing here at BU softball field. Take a look at the defense behind Brianna Izzo. You've got Tepley, Kuhnfair, and Bonsignor left to right. Around the horn, White, Brown, Sims, and Lobb, and more doing the catching. 1-0 lead for the Terriers. A 2-out RBI single from cleanup hitter Sophie Niver, striking against Izzo, who threw 4 1/3 scoreless in relief yesterday for Army against the potent Colgate Raiders. Now her next task, one of the top scoring offenses in all of the country in BU. Iris Klein, the freshman right fielder, leads it off. Klein only had 1 at-bat in yesterday's win for the Terriers before being lifted for a pinch hitter. Talented freshman out of Pennsylvania struck out in her lone at-bat before Kieran McHugh came in to play the rest of the game. Klein hitting .323 in her first season with the Terriers and draws a 4-pitch free pass. First walk allowed by Izzo, and that brings up Kiyomi Apollit, the shortstop. See what Apollit did yesterday, crushing a late inning home run to give BU some separation. It was just a 4-3 game at that point. She drops a beautiful bunt down. Moore with a heck of a play from behind the plate to get the hustling shortstop, but it is a successful sacrifice for Apollit. That brings up Livia Christopher, the catcher. BU playing some small ball, looking to try and pour on as much as they can. That one gets away from Moore. Good read from Klein, and the freshman advances to third. So another runner in scoring position here for the Terriers. Pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Christopher, a freshman, hitting .319 this year, making her 46th start. No homers, 28 driven in, and a great play by Izzo in the circle for out number 2. Christopher hit it well. Excuse me, she's a junior, pardon me. And that will bring up Madeline Coupal, the third baseman. As you see Izzo in the circle. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter instead. So it was Madeline Coupal, the number 9 hitter, scheduled. But it looks like Kieran McHugh, who has been one of the best pinch hitters for the Terriers, coming in early again. This is something that Ashley Waters likes to do, but now we've got another batter on our screen. And it looks like it is Olivia DeLong who is going to come in. DeLong will have a pinch hit appearance here. Ashley Waters trying to push the right buttons here to capitalize with a runner at third with 2 outs. DeLong hitting .238 on the season, 25th appearance of the year, has only made 2 starts. A homer, 7 runs batted in. OPS just under 800 on the season. Izzo trying to work around the leadoff walk. She misses with 3 straight here to the pinch hitter, DeLong. On deck, the dangerous Brooke Depies, the leadoff hitter for the Terriers. And that is inside, a 4-pitch walk. Second issued by Izzo this inning. So we go back to the top of the order, and we will have a pinch runner now. DeLong out, and Coupal in. So the original third baseman back in for the Terriers. Off at first, you've got Klein over at third. Terriers looking to continue its dominance here in the Patriot League. have won 10 in a row coming into this marquee matchup. Depies takes a strike. Senior second baseman singled and scored in the first inning. BU sent 5 hitters to the plate against Izzo. This is popped up. Brown calling everybody off, and the shortstop makes the squeeze to end the inning. So the Terriers. BU and another Coaching Staff of the Year award given to the Terriers. A 40-win season under Ashley Waters. 2 wins away from picking up a 4th consecutive Patriot League title. Terriers would be just the second team to accomplish the feat in league history, joining Lehigh, who won 4 in a row back in 1993 to 1996. Over 30 years ago. Caitlin Newbern, the designated player and cleanup hitter, leads things off here in the second inning. Newbern went hitless in 4 at-bats yesterday in the win for Army. Gets underneath this one. Shallow pop-up called off by Kupal. And there's a quick first out here in inning number 2. Now, Kupal busy, making a couple of outs so far here early to help out Ricard, who earned 7 Pitcher of the Week honors this year and 20 total in her career. Has been named to various All-American teams in her career. And if you pull up her bio page on Boston U's website, the accolades are so long it would put a CVS receipt to shame. Hannah Lobb, the first baseman, with some pop, awaits the 0-1. Quickly in the hole here, 0-2. The sophomore with a late inning home run yesterday. And for Ricard, she's trying to avoid that same fate against Lobb. Sophomore bashed 2 homers against Ricard in the series opener when these two teams met back in the regular season. Ricard gave up 3 homers in that game overall, the most in a single game this season. Surrendered that home run in the first inning yesterday against Lafayette. That was the 11th given up by Ricard in Patriot League play. She gave up fewer than that in 3 years prior in Conference League action. Ball and 2 strikes. She comes home, and she gets Lobb to chase the high pitch. Power versus power, and Ricard wins the battle. First strikeout for the talented senior. Two up, 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Brianna Kuhnfair, the center fielder, steps in. Kuhnfair on the year hitting .296, 2 homers, 30 runs batted in, has started all 55 games for the Black Knights. Sophomore outfielder out of Kansas City, Missouri, a second-team All-Patriot League selection this year. In on the hands, and it tails over to second, where DePies is there. That's a breezy 1-2-3 inning. 6 up and 6 down for Casey Ricard here in Boston. 2 in the books. The Terriers up by a run. Take a look at head coach Jen Console of the Army Black Knights. Named full-time head coach in 2023 after serving as the interim head coach during the year. Leading the Black Knights to back-to-back 30-win seasons. Said that she wants her team to be playing freely this week. They cannot press. They did not press yesterday, overcoming an early 3-0 deficit against Colgate. Down early 1-0 here as we begin the third. Kylie Doherty, the left fielder, will begin things. Doherty bounced out to third her first time up. A rare hitless game for the left fielder. Just the second hitless game for her over the last 20 contests. And it was just the third game in her last 13 where she didn't drive in a run. I mean, that is the type of season the junior is having. Rips it fair down the third base line. White couldn't react quick enough. Doherty trots into second with a stand-up leadoff double. The Patriot League Player of the Year ripping it down the line. Leadoff runner in scoring position for the Terriers. That brings up Coyle, the first baseman. Another look just down the line. No chance for White. Tapley had to dig it out of the corner. 12th double of the season for Doherty as she has to dive back safely. Moore thought about throwing a strike down to second. Doherty thought about advancing to third on that dirt ball read, but stayed put. Coyle takes the off speed in for a strike. Senior out of Herndon, Virginia. Second team All-Patriot League selection. Bounces one over to third. White looks back the runner and has plenty of time to retire Coyle. So one away, and that brings up the cleanup hitting designated player Sophie Niver, who drove in the game's lone run with a 2-out RBI single down the right field line. Izzo, who threw 75 pitches yesterday, comes home with the first pitch, misses low and away. And that kicks away from Moore. Throw down, not in time. A good read by Doherty. So for the second straight inning, the Terriers put a runner at third base against Izzo. The righty was able to work around a pair of walks and strand runners at the corners. That is inside. Niver out of Texas just has been able to find a way to get on base all season long for the Terriers. Set career highs in games played and starts this season. Sister Kimberlyn played softball at Texas State. The pitch, and that hits her. Aboard for the second time here today. Niver had a solid game yesterday. She reached base 4 times, including a season, or matching a second season high of 3 walks. She's had 4 in a game before. Also doubled. Izzo and Moore with a brief conversation with the number 5 hitter Cameron Lyons coming to the plate. Lyons, a sophomore out of Oak Lawn, Illinois, could be a sleeper in this lineup according to head coach Ashley Waters. Rips it underneath the glove of Lobb. That wakes up the offense. 1 run comes in a score. Going first to third, Niver. An RBI single for Cameron Lyons. It's 2-0 BU. Lyons wasting no time at all, ripping the first pitch from Izzo. And that might do it for the starting pitcher of Army, who was very good yesterday. And this is the final blow, a rocket down the right field line to double up the Terriers' lead. The top seed leading 2-0, and we're gonna stay here. As the new pitcher comes in, you see Ashley Waters talking things over with her ladies. Looks like it is Amanda Eaglin, the senior righty out of Peru, Indiana, who will come in relief as Waters talking things over with Iris Klein, the freshman right fielder who is due up. As Eaglin continues to get warm in the circle. So Izzo with a short leash today after going 4 1/3 really strong innings yesterday. And Eaglin says she's all right. There are her numbers on the season. Really solid season. Picking up her first ever first-team All-League selection. She is the senior ace for the Black Knights, finishing with that 2.44 ERA. That led all Patriot League hurlers this year. And hitters hit just 198 against her. 80 strikeouts this season in the regular season. She had 83 last year, which was a career high. Posted a 1.91 earned run average in league play this year. And she will deal with the talented right fielder Iris Klein, who walked back in the second. First pitch is in for a strike to the freshman out of Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. Ashley Waters ended up finding Klein working a camp with her good friend Rick Way, who coaches the Rock Gold. A delayed steal. They're going to go through and go to second. Ball is off the glove of Brown. And after all that, Lyons ends up in scoring position with the stolen base. But Waters quickly was drawn to Klein's stature. So having her look there. But Klein was working the outfield, and Waters was doing infield drills, but Rick called Iris over to do a couple of infield drills with Ashley Waters. Coach Waters ended up getting Klein's contact info and didn't really do anything with it. But a month later, she just couldn't stop thinking about Iris Klein, and she finally reached out and then sent one of her associate coaches, Becca Cardin, to Florida to check on Klein. She homered a couple times, and Becca said, "What are you waiting for?" Freshman goes down looking, though, here against Izzo. But Klein has been sensational in her first year overall with the Terriers. And Ashley Waters joked with us this week. She said, it pretty much proved maybe I got to pull the trigger a little sooner on some of my gut feelings. 2 away for Paulett, the shortstop. She dropped a sacrifice bunt down back in the second inning. Eaglin in relief of Izzo, trying to keep this a 2-0 deficit for Army West Point. Good pitch on the outer third for a strike. Yesterday, Paulett had a really nice game for the Terriers. We mentioned the home run. She drove in 4 of the 7 runs for BU. Terriers went on to win 7-3 against the 4th-seeded Lafayette Leopards, who will play later today against Colgate in an elimination game. Winner of this one will advance to the championship round and will have to be taken down twice. 2-1, serve down the line, foul. Paulett out of Martinez, California. Started the year at third base, but moved to shortstop. And she has flourished for the Terriers. Coming into today's game on a modest 5-game hitting streak after the big day yesterday. The full count. And it's a bouncer past Eaglin, backhanded by Sims. The throw not in time. An infield 2-out RBI single for Paulett. Niver comes in to score. 3-0 Terriers. Paulett just putting the ball in play. Too much speed out of the box. And she picks up another RBI this week in the tournament. Have another look. It was a tough play. A heck of an effort by Sims just to get to it, but not in time, and you can see the reaction of Niver crossing home. So Olivia Christopher, the scheduled hitter, will take a seat for Kieran McHugh. We saw McHugh come in for Klein yesterday early on. Ashley Waters told us that McHugh is the best pinch hitter the Terriers have ever had. Has just consistently delivered coming off the bench. She ripped a single in her first at-bat yesterday. A little bit of a delayed steal and no throw to second. They're focused on the lead runner over at third and Lions, so Paulett moves up to second base without a throw. Christopher bounced out sharply to the circle her first time up. Pitch is chopped over to short. Brown gloves, throws, and retires Christopher. But the Terriers plate 2 more runs on 3 hits, no errors, and strand 2 runners. We are at the bottom of the 3rd inning. Terriers 3, Army nothing.
For nearly 4 decades, the Patriot League has delivered high academic and athletic achievements in the NCAA while paving a bright future for its student athletes. We are today's scholar athletes. We are tomorrow's leaders. We are the Patriot League.
PenFed Credit Union, we help our members make the most of their personal finances so they can make the most of their dreams.
PenFed's got great rates for everyone.
The Patriot League on ESPN is on Instagram. Championship moments, amazing highlights, behind-the-scenes coverage, and features on the best and brightest student athletes in the NCAA. Follow us at Patriot League today.
Being a CARE champion is confirmation of what we know. Patriot League priorities and values are strong. The Patriot League operates in a manner that requires the athletics experience be integrated into the educational mission of our institutions. We ensure our student athletes are able to be students first.
The Patriot League Softball Championship is brought to you by PenFed. PenFed is an official credit union partner of the Patriot League. Herb Jones. Herb Jones is the official championship jeweler of the Patriot League. And the Patriot League. We are today's scholar athletes. We are tomorrow's leaders. We are the Patriot League. Beautiful day here in Boston. Busy day on Commonwealth Ave. The main street running through the heart of BU. Casey Ricard has been the heart of this Terriers team on the softball diamond. 6 up, 6 down for the righty ace. 7, 8, 9 due up here for Army, starting with Mia Bonsignora, the right fielder. In her senior year with Army West Point, trying to get the offense going against one of the best in all Division I softball, Casey Ricard. Healthy swing from the right fielder. We mentioned Ricard has had some struggles against Army this year, sporting an even 5 ERA during the regular season against the Black Knights. 1-1 is upstairs. In the title game last year, Ricard did not record an out against the Black Knights, gave up a single and a 2-run homer, and it was a quick hook for Ricard. Of course, Boston U went on to come from behind and stun Army up at West Point 3-2. Black Knights trying to return the favor potentially here in Boston. But for Army, they're just looking for a win against the Terriers in the tournament. Since 2016, the Black Knights are 0-10 against the ladies in red and white when it comes to the postseason. They have lost in 3 championship games to BU. Of course, last season's heartbreaking setback. In 2023, they were blanked 2-0 in the title game, and back in 2016, Army was also shut out 9-0 against the Terriers. Bonsignora hitting .211 on the season, awaits the 3-2, and it goes through the legs of Kupal into left field. The third baseman thought that was going to bounce up one more time. Instead, the ball stayed down on the third baseman. And an early hit on the scoreboard. And that would be the first hit of the game for Army. Kupal, who has made some nice plays so far today, will try and shake that one off. And that brings up Samantha Sims, the second baseman. A bit of a shuffle for Army's lineup here today. Sims was the number 9 hitter yesterday for the Black Knights. The bottom 4 hitters moving around. You've got Kuhnfair, Bonsignora, Sims, and Tepley today. Yesterday, it was Tepley, Bonsignora, Kuhnfair, and Sims. So Jen Consol trying to maneuver this lineup around a little bit more. Told us this week that the biggest X factor for her squad will be not to rely on just 1 or 2 hitters, being Taylor Brown and Ashton White. They are going to need a well-balanced attack offensively, 1 through 9 this week. Sims lays off the 0-2. Bonsignora off at first, the first base runner for Army today against Ricard. Sims hitting .245 this year, a homer, 12 runs batted in. Wave and a miss. Ricard pumped up. Second punch out for the right-hander, and there's 1 down. Ricard certainly knows a thing or two about strikeouts. She has been racking them up in her career. Coming into the tournament with 905 career strikeouts, needing 23 over the next few days to reach 928, which would tie Lisa Sweeney's record in program history. Sienna Tepley, the left fielder, the batter. Sophomore, rounding out the order here for Army. Coming in, hitting almost 300 collectively. That's on the outer third for a strike. That will be tough for Army if Ricard continues to live out there. Tepley out of Brimfield, Ohio, second team All-Ivy selection, the second of her career, chases the high pitch. Ricard mixing all of her pitches well, east to west, north to south. That's the second or third time we've seen an Army Black Knight chase a pitch rising above their letters. 1-2, Tepley spoils. Outfielder looking to bounce back at the plate. Yesterday 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts was Tepley. Trying to turn the lineup card over with some pressure against Ricard. Pop foul again. Good at bat from the number 9 hitter. Army trying to get the juices going in their dugout, first base side. The 1-2 again, and another foul ball. Ricard had 215 strikeouts this season. Next closest was Kelsey McGraw, the freshman of Colgate, who had a strong start before fizzling out a little bit. She had 110. Ricard with 2 strikeouts. Tepley trying to do everything she can to not be number 3. That softball caught a car, it sounded like, flush. There's a parking lot nestled to the left side of BU softball field. There are 2 layers of netting, but Tepley got enough underneath it to sail it over both nets. The owner's going to find a pretty big dent on their car. Ricard throwing everything, trying to get the pesky Tepley. A long at-bat here from the sophomore. On deck, the leadoff hitter, Tayton Moore. Terriers down by 3, a run in the first, 2 in the third for BU. Tepley lays off. Started the hands, realized that was not going to be something she could handle. Ricard becoming just the second Terrier in program history to reach 900 career strikeouts. The 2-2 popped up down the left field line, and it will go out of play. We are pushing double-digit pitches here this at-bat between Ricard and Tepley. Tepley was an everyday starter last year in the outfield for Army, but has really taken the necessary steps, making an adjustment, and has owned the role of being a solid hitter for Army this year. She has spent some time in the leadoff spot, but with the emergence of Tayton Moore, Army has moved Tepley down the 9 spot to serve as an essential double leadoff. The pitch in on the hands. The back and forth continues. What will Ricard go to try and get the pesky Tepley? 3 balls, 2 strikes, runner at first. Tepley wins this at bat. The Army dugout will erupt. It's popped up. First baseman Coyle is there, and Ricard wins the battle. And what a battle it was. That was fun. Not ideal for Army, but nonetheless, Tepley hanging with one of the best pitchers in all the Patriot League. So the lineup card flips over to the leadoff hitting catcher, Tayton Moore, who grounded out to third her first time up. Moore was a little bit behind schedule this year for Army, was not at West Point over the fall. So she didn't have any fall season to prep, but came back in January, hit the ground running. And that got her in the hand area. She's going to shake it off, but it's a foul ball. So a double whammy for the catcher. Got the knob of the bat. Tough break for the backstop, who takes a beating behind the plate defensively. Have another look. I got most of her forearm, too. They appeal down the line. She did not go. So 2 balls and a strike here to Moore, who has taken off over the last few weeks, as I mentioned, hitting north of 500 over her last 11 games. Popped up, out of play. Leadoff single here for Army, the first base runner allowed for Ricard. Looking to spin 3 scoreless innings here to set the tone in this 1 versus 3 matchup. Here's the pitch. And another one spoiled. Boston U took 2 of 3 against Army in the regular season. Black Knights did win the opener 6-4. Army went 12-6 in Patriot League play. Boston U 16-2. A lot of those wins being stockpiled by the lady in the circle, Casey Ricard. This is a chopper hit to short, deep in the hole. Apollott's long throw, wide. Coyle off the bag, and both runners will advance. So Army has a pair of runners in scoring position. Moore able to put the ball in play, similar to what Army did yesterday against Colgate, forced the defense to make plays. And they were able to manufacture some runs, which is where Army wants to be. Coaching staff said that that is where their offense will be most successful. Looks like Ashley Waters coming out to talk things over with Ricard. It's the dangerous Taylor Brown, the scheduled hitter. She could tie this game with 1 swing of the bat. Waters certainly knows that. Army trying to rally here with 2 outs. Moore credited with the single, and then the error from Apollot allowing both runners to advance. Bonsignora over at third, and Moore up to second now. Big spot here. Marquee matchup. Taylor Brown, one of the 2 senior captains. One of the top hitters for Army over the last 2 seasons. Brown yesterday, 2 for 3 with a go-ahead RBI single in the 6th inning to help Army beat Colgate. Has homered against Ricard this season. Edge of your seat type of stuff, edge of your railing type of stuff. Winner out of the championship and needs one more victory to win the league and go to the NCAAs. Rise ball that Brown lays off. It's 2-0. Brown flew out to left her first time up. She has been fantastic in her career in the tournament, a two-time all-tournament team selection. Lays off the 2-0. Bonsignora off at third, and you've got Moore at second. Brown hitting .429 in her career in the postseason. A pair of homers and 6 runs batted in. Ricard trying to battle back after falling behind 3-0. Brown hits it high, deep, down the left field line, and it will be a foul ball. Doherty tried to grab that. The wind that is blowing right to left may have had an impact on that one. It certainly had the distance. Ricard and the Terriers can take a deep exhale. Righty going to take a little bit longer before getting back into the circle. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the talented shortstop Brown. 2 on. Army trying to chip away at a 3-0 hole. Brown goes the other way this time, shallow right, coming in Klein, and Ricard had to battle her way through the third, but works around a couple of singles and fires another scoreless inning. We're through 3 here in Boston. Terriers up by 3 on ESPN+. Softball field, Casey Ricard stranding a pair of runners on base, getting Taylor Brown to fly out after the shortstop just missed a potential game-tying 3-run shot that twisted foul down the left field line. 9-1-2 due up here for the Terriers. Coupal, the third baseman, bluffs a bunt. First official at-bat for the third baseman. She was pinch hit for in the second by Olivia DeLong, who drew a walk. And then Coupal quickly was reinserted to be the base runner. A high bounding ball over the leaping White in the left field. The leadoff single for the freshman Coupal. Good job by the number 9 hitter to turn the lineup card over as you have another look. This one looked like it went off a trampoline. White doing everything she could to try and corral it. And that brings up Depies, the second baseman, 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Depies in her final season, one of the terrific three of the Terriers. Between Depies, Doherty, and Ricard, sweeping the Patriot League end of the season awards. Pitcher of the Year, Hitter of the Year, and Depies, Defensive Player of the Year for the second straight campaign. Going against Eaglin, last time out for the senior ace for Army, 5 scoreless innings against Holy Cross, 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. This is a chopper hit over to second. Sims bobbles and just gets it over to first in time. Looked like Sims couldn't get the handle of the ball. Coupal moves up into scoring position, ultimately a productive out for Depies. Runner in scoring position for the all-time single-season leader in home runs and RBIs, Kylie Doherty, who ripped a double down the third base line her last time up and came around to score in the third. Eaglin checks the sign, has tossed an inning, allowing 2 hits in relief of Izzo, who went 2 1/3 innings, allowed 3 runs, all earned on 4 hits, walked 2, and did not strike out a Terrier. Eaglin 2 outs away from logging 400 career innings. Pitch catches the inside corner. Doherty couldn't believe it, just whipped her head back to take a look at Kevin Thompson. She is in disbelief. Another peek back, and she's going to walk all the way up to Ashley Waters and get a quick pep talk from the head coach. Waters shared with us this week that she's been a bit selfish in a way because she just kind of expects Kylie to hit a home run. She's in the third base coaching box saying, hey, come on, just lift one out of here. But then takes a step back, chuckles, and realizes it's not easy what Kylie has done this year. Not only the run production, both home runs and RBI-wise, but also the consistency as one of the top hitters in terms of average in the Patriot. Doherty hitting 400, and you see those windows over there. They're not safe from Doherty. She has been able to launch some softballs well beyond the tree line. Picked up a double today, her first hit of the tournament so far. Looking to drive in Coupal off at third, who led the inning off with a single. This is a chopper hit to short. Browns only plays the first and gets the hustling Doherty for out number 2. So Eaglin looking to work around that leadoff single. Brown has been busy at shortstop today. Eaglin facing Boston U in the regular season made a start. Only lasted 1 2/3 innings before giving up 3 earned runs. White follows that one all the way into the glove. Coyle retired, and a good inning turned in by Eaglin. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a woman left. We've played 3 1/2. Bottom 4 we go. BU still up by 3. We take a look at what Casey Ricard has done. We mentioned her on-field accolades. How about in the classroom? Back-to-back Patriot League Scholar Athlete of the Year, posting a 3.91 ERA, and the rest of the league's academic all-league squad. Good representation from Boston U and Army. As Ricard looking to make it 4 scoreless innings here, and has had a nice bounce back after recording just 1 out yesterday, giving up 3 runs. She has twirled 3 scoreless innings, scattering just 2 hits. Heart of the order due up against the Terrier ace. Ashton White takes a pitch elevated for a ball. White bounced out sharply to Ricard, her first time up. Army looking to string something together, disrupt the rhythm of the right-hander in the circle here today, who really has just shown her dedication to this Boston U program. We talked to Ashley Waters, the head coach, and we said, hey, we know what the college landscape looks like now, right, with the transfer portal. And Waters said, yeah, the offers were plentiful. There's no doubt about it. Schools were knocking and calling for the services of Ricard, but Coach Waters told us that Casey just absolutely loves her teammates and coaching staff. It's just a different relationship. She's from Massachusetts. Able to pitch in front of her family all the time has been key. Gets White to pop it up behind home. Christopher circling, and it was up against the net. So a dead ball. Kevin Thompson, home plate umpire, all over it. White and Army catch a break. But Ashley Waters told us that she looked at Casey and said that she wants to allow Casey to achieve everything she wanted and more despite attending a mid-major program. And she certainly has done that here through her 4 seasons in the circle for the Terriers. Will go down as one of the best pitchers all time in program history in the Terriers. They've had a long line of top pitchers in the league. This is cranked foul. In on the hand from White. Senior co-captain here for Army. Looking to get something started against Ricard, who has been in a groove. Not mowing down Army here today, just 2 strikeouts, really relying on her defense. And the 2 hits surrendered by Ricard coming last inning, where Army stranded runners at 2nd and 3rd. Break-even pitch. Ashton White thought about it, wisely laid off. That pitch has been effective for Ricard here today. Wind whipping now here at BU softball field. White 1 for 3 yesterday with an RBI. And she calls time. White also homered against Ricard this season. It was in the first at-bat for White in the series opener. And a lob homered twice in that game as well. This is another liner yanked foul. Ricard needed 55 pitches to navigate through 3 innings. Pitch count not a problem for the righty. Ashley Waters told us her parents came up to her one day and said, oh, she's pitching again. And Waters laughed. She said, yep, she can handle it. Waters calling her ace a machine. The machine comes home with the 3-2, and White again rips it foul. White in her final season with Army West Point was the Patriot League player a year ago, the only Black Knight to start all 57 games last season for Army. Those fans over there, they got to keep their head on a swivel. 3 straight liners down that side off the bat of White. And on the hands again, this is popped up. Will this stay in play? Long run. And Pollock couldn't make the grab and ran out of real estate ever so slightly. I don't think anybody brought their mitts today. Everybody having a laugh, though. Terriers faithful looking on, hoping that BU can hold on to a 3-0 lead. A run in the first, 2 in the third. Has been more than enough for Casey Ricard. And another long at-bat. This is the third lengthy at-bat over the last 4 batters faced against Ricard. We mentioned Army has had success against Ricard this season. Took it to the righty at West Point earlier this year. But Ricard able to bounce back after a tough first outing, picking up 2 wins in games 2 and 3. White just makes contact with it. That probably would have been ball 4, and I think she knew that. Has a little smirk on her face. White this season 2 for 9 against the Terriers with that home run against Ricard. Trying to win this battle. Another 3-2. And again popped up in on the hands. This one will stay in play, yes, but Pollock couldn't make the catch. The wind really wreaking havoc here today. That ball was twisting away from the shortstop, who has been sensational since sliding over from third base. Do they try to bust White in again? They do. White was ready for it, but again, a little out in front. Not sure if Ricard and the Terriers will change game plans. They're hoping that White will just pop one up here or get jammed. They clearly do not want the powerful third baseman to get her arms extended. White, the home run leader for Army with 11. Also has 51 runs batted in, breaking the Black Knight single season and career home run and RBI record during the regular season this year. That one got more of the plate, and White just missed it. Another chess match here between Ricard and an Army hitter. Sienna Tepley, the number 9 hitter, had a long double-digit pitch at bat. Taylor Brown similar. Ashton White following suit. Tomahawk foul. Army looking to make its second straight innings with a leadoff runner aboard. They were unable to capitalize, though, last frame against Ricard. Casey has not walked a hitter yet. White wins the battle. Laces one to left field. Her first hit of the afternoon. White kind of says, finally. That will bring up the cleanup hitter, Caitlin Newbern. That was a 15-pitch at-bat between Ricard and White. So here is Newbern. Checks her swing. She went too far, said George Maldonado. White fouled 9 consecutive pitches off in that at-bat. Newbern popped up to third her first time up. Takes one below the knees, and the count levels a ball and a strike. The BU ace looking to make it 4 shutout innings. Newbern, the senior out of Napa, California, first-team All-Patriot League selection. cranks this one down the left field line, but out in front. Again, another Army hitter with home run distance, but pulling it foul. Newbern with her first career first-team honor this year. She only has one hit in her career in the tournament. It was a home run in the elimination game last year against Bucknell. And that is a great pitch from Ricard. Pumped up, fooling Newbern. Third strikeout for the righty. One away here in the fourth. She has needed everything in her arsenal so far today. Army certainly has not made it easy. Although she's only given up 3 hits, on paper it might look dominant, but Army has been giving her some trouble. Hannah Laub, the first baseman, one of those 3 strikeout victims here today. Laub would love to find that power stroke. She had against Ricard earlier in the year, homering twice in the series opening win for Army during the regular season matchup. Pops it foul. Big game yesterday for Army. 3 for homer and RBI, 2 runs scored. That home run doubling the Black Knights' lead to pick up a 6-3 victory against the second-seeded Colgate Raiders, who will take on the 4th-seed Lafayette, as both teams will try to keep their season alive for at least one more game. Off the plate, 2 balls and a strike. A great take from Laub, the former basketball player at Army West Point, now softball player. Coming in red hot at the plate, picking up a hit in 17 of her last 21 games entering the postseason. In on the hands again. That has been clearly the game plan here for Ricard against some of these top hitters for Army, busting them in, hoping for weak pop-ups and weak ground balls. Ricard, for the most part, has been able to execute the game plan flawlessly. White still over there at first. She led the inning off with a single after a 15-pitch at-bat. And now Ricard, pointing at her wrist, comes home and paints the outside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts looking. Newbern and Laub go down, and there's 2 away. Fourth strikeout for the BU ace. Had a strikeout in the second, a punch out in the third, and now back-to-back looking here in the fourth. And now it's Kuhnfair, the center fielder. Sophomore popped up to second base to close out inning number 2. Made the team as a walk-on last year for Army West Point, and has taken over the center field role and a great leader for the Black Knights. Pops it up, left side. Kupal and Christopher give it a look. And Ricard quickly in command here. No balls and 2 strikes. Ricard at 80 pitches here today. She's going to exchange softballs with home plate umpire Kevin Thompson. Ricard showing why she is the pitcher of the year in the league for the 3rd straight season. Looking to make it 4 scoreless. It's a roller, hit softly to short. Apollo is there, not in time. Too much speed for Kuhnfair. legging out an infield single, and the inning will extend. So a pair of runners on in back-to-back innings with 2 outs for Army. Can they find a clutch hit? It wasn't hit all that hard, and that probably helped Coonfair, who's very athletic, running well. And you can see able to beat it out. First hit for Coonfair today, passes the baton to Mia Bonsignora, the right fielder, who singled back in the 3rd. That was the first hit allowed by Ricard. It was hit pretty sharply, went through the legs of Kupal, who didn't have a whole lot of time to react. She thought it was going to take another bounce, and it stayed down on her. That's in for a strike. A ball and a strike to the Army right fielder. You've got White off at second, Coonfair at first. Bonsignora representing the tying run. That one will twist out of play. Bonsignora, a senior out of Upper Saddle River, New Jersey, first year as a starter. Dealing with some injuries in her career, looking to come up with a big hit here against Ricard. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. You've got 2 on, 2 outs. Army trying to get back in this one, down 3, and avoid facing another elimination game. The 2-2. It's served with carry to deep center field. Lyons goes back, and she makes the grab out on the track. What a grab by the center fielder, Cameron Lyons, the basket style. Wow. And the Terriers embracing the center fielder. She robs extra bases for the Black Knights. Have another look. The speed, the concentration, and the catch before running into the wall. A web gem for the Terriers. It's still 3-0.
For nearly 4 decades, the Patriot League has delivered high academic and athletic achievements in the NCAA while paving a bright future for its student athletes. We are today's scholar athletes. We are tomorrow's leaders. We are the Patriot League.
PenFed Credit Union, we help our members make the most of their personal finances so they can make the most of their dreams.
PenFed's got great rates for everyone.
The Patriot League on ESPN is on Instagram. Championship moments, amazing highlights, behind-the-scenes coverage, and features on the best and brightest student athletes in the NCAA. Follow us at Patriot League today.
A defensive web gem helping out Casey Ricard, courtesy of Cameron Lyons, ending a 2-out potential rally for Army. 3-0, Terriers leading here at home, the top seed, looking to earn a trip to the championship game for a 4th straight season. And before the first pitch, it looks like Tayton Moore has some issues with her wristband for the pitch communications. Technology could be oh so good and then also have its issues as well. So Moore swaps out the wrist gear. Sophie Niver, the cleanup hitting designated player The lefty slashes the first pitch, sharply foul. Niver got the scoring started for BU in the first inning with a 2-out RBI single down the right field line. Then was hit by a pitch in the third and scored in a 2-run inning for the Terriers. 3 runs have been plenty enough for BU with the way Casey Ricard has been throwing in the circle. The ace for BU with 4 scoreless innings, scattering 4 hits. Eaglin in relief of Izzo, trying to keep it a 3-run deficit for Army West Point. That misses low and in. Eaglin, part of the 3 aces on this Army pitching staff. We mentioned it in the open. That is what makes the Black Knights different from pretty much all the other teams in the tournament. It's just fouled down the third base line. Obviously, BU has Casey Ricard to lean on. Now, yesterday we did see the Terriers have a nice bounce-back performance by 2 pitchers, and Danica Kell and Haley Ganino to pick up the slack from Ricard. Colgate has talented freshman Kelsey McGraw. This is a chopper over to second. Easy play made by Sims, and there's 1 away. First time Niver has been retired today. And by my count, the first time that she has been retired in the tournament. 1 out here in the 5th for Cameron Lyons, the center fielder. Making that sensational play out in deep right center field to close the last half inning. At the dish today, 1 for 2 with a single, a stolen base. Was left stranded at third. Back in that 3rd inning. BU has left 6 runners on base, Army with 4. But Eaglin in her final year with Army out of Peru, Indiana, earning her first ever all-league selection to close out her career. It's a tapper, hit to second again, and Sims will sling it over. 2 up and 2 down on a couple of ground outs. Eaglin looking for her first 1-2-3 inning, and it would be the first time today the Terriers have been set aside in order. Casey Ricard retired the first 6 batters she faced in succession before giving up a single in the 3rd. Good pitch. Dropped into Iris Klein, the right fielder. Freshman walked in the 2nd, went down looking in the 3rd. Wave and a miss. Klein quickly behind the count, 0-2. Decorated player out of Camp Hill, PA, awaits the 0-2. Wave and a miss. And the freshman frustrated. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Eaglin picks up the strikeout, her 2nd, and that is a big 0 thrown up on the board. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Army trying to get back in this one. They trail by 3.
For nearly 4 decades, the Patriot League has delivered high academic and athletic achievements in the NCAA.
Well, Casey Ricard getting it done in the circle here today, trying to send her Terriers to another championship matchup. She has racked up 4 strikeouts this afternoon, giving her an even 910 in her career as she is inching closer to the top mark in program history. We'll deal with the 8-9-1 hitters in Army's lineup. Sims, Tepley, and Moore scheduled against Ricard, who has had trouble against Army in the regular season and postseason, but not here today. Sims went down swinging her first time up, one of the 4 punch-outs recorded by Ricard. One in the second, one in the third, and back-to-back in the fourth. Sims slaps it foul. Quickly behind in the count, 0-2. Here you see Ricard, more strikeouts and earned runs. One of the best to ever do it here in Boston. One of the top pitchers in the country. Pitch is fouled off. Looking to add to her NCAA leading win total. Did not factor in yesterday's decision, of course, but a win here today will give her 31 on the year. Came into the tournament leading the nation in victories. Picked up 2 against Army when they met a few weeks ago. Sims, the junior, out of Carl Junction, Missouri. Split time last year at second base, has become the everyday second baseman here in 2026. Continuing to spoil some pitches here against Ricard. Ricard, just such a beloved teammate. A fantastic personality, according to head coach Ashley Walker. She puts a smile on people's faces. And she is a competitive hurler and dominant one at that. This is popped foul out of play. The 4 hits for Army today, all singles. A single from Moore, White, Kuhnfair, and Bonsignora. The 1-2. Wave and a miss. Strikeout number 5 for Ricard. And that breaks the BU strikeout record. 911. So congratulations to Ricard. And that will bring up Tepley. We might have a pinch hit C, and it looks like we will. So again, congratulations to Ricard as she adds yet another bullet point to her never-ending list of accomplishments here with the Terriers. Looks like it's Kendall Holloway who will be pinch hitting here for Army. Just 1 for 3 on the season. Whiffs through the first pitch. Stepping in for Tepley, who popped up her first time up. The offering in on the hands. Holloway couldn't catch up to it. Freshman out of Littleton, Colorado, made a pinch hit appearance yesterday for Army West Point. Behind the count, the 0-2. She lays off that elevated pitch that has been so successful for Ricard here today. Changes the eye levels for these Army hitters. And sometimes it's hard to lay off. It looks like it's going to be right in the sweet spot and then rises up above the hands. Just off the corner, Ricard and the Terriers all thought that was another strikeout. The infielders behind the righty took a couple of steps closer, thinking they were going to whip it around the horn. Count evens now, 2 balls and 2 strikes to the pinch hitter Holloway. Now it's full. Holloway trying to get on base and turn the lineup card over to the leadoff hitter Tate and Moore on deck. No runs, 4 hits, clean defense for Army. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Boston U. The payoff. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ricard with back-to-back Ks to open up the 5th. And she is starting to get into a groove. Has retired 5 of her last 6 batters faced, after opening up the game, retiring 6 in a row. Moore lays off the high pitch. Leadoff hitting catcher, 1 for 2 today, singled back in the 3rd. Army had 9 hits in its 6-3 win over Colgate yesterday, but had a little bit more thump in the lineup. A couple of doubles and a home run scattered within the starting 9 for Army. Here today, just 4 singles. Ricard looking to get back in this count to 2-0. She misses high. Moore trying to ignite something here with 2 outs. Bases empty. Ricard trying to avoid committing a cardinal sin on the softball field, walking a 2-out hitter. Moore takes all the way. You wonder if Ricard took it upon herself here today to really hone in after the quick hook yesterday. Got great performances from fellow pitchers Nell and Ganino. And Ricard, the ace, with the mindset of, hey, I'm going to put the team on the back here today to get us to the championship game tomorrow. From 3-0 to 3-2, Ricard looking to strike out the side here in the 5th. She will! Paints the inside corner. 7 strikeouts for Casey Ricard, and the senior ace is pumped up. For good reason. 7 strikeouts here today, and Ricard has been sensational. BU still leads at 3-0. 3-0. The Patriot League is live on ESPN Plus all season long. Download the ESPN app or go to patriotleague.tv. Make sure you download that app. We still have 2 more games to go today, and of course the championship tomorrow. Will it be Kiyomi Pollitt and the BU Terriers, who hit a 3-run homer yesterday against Lafayette? Single, a stolen base, and a sac bunt here in Game 2 for the Terriers of the weekend. Pollitt, early front runner for earning a spot on the all-tournament team if she continues this pace. Eaglin out for another inning of work for Army. Starter Brianna Izzo, who threw 4 1/3 scoreless in relief yesterday, touched up for 3 earned runs on 4 hits in 2 1/3 innings here today. That catches the corner. Eaglin now at 2 2/3 innings of scoreless ball, so taking a page out of Izzo's book in terms of coming in and providing solid relief. 3-1, a healthy swing from Pollitt. Count full. Eaglin has now surpassed 400 career innings, and we saw Casey Ricard break the Boston U program record in career strikeouts. This is lined right up the middle. Eaglin tried to stab at it with her glove, and Pollitt has herself a 2-hit day. Pollitt on base for the 5th time in the tournament. A leadoff base runner as Boston U looks to get going after not scoring in either of the last 2 frames against Eaglin. That brings up the catcher, Christopher. 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. Boston U has not lost to Army in the Patriot League tournament since 2016. They are a perfect 10-0 during that stretch. Looking to add here late in this one. BU, the road team, after being home yesterday to take down Lafayette. 0-2 is wide. Don't forget, Lafayette and Colgate will follow this game in an elimination contest. Winner will stay around. A loser will have their season come to a close. This is slashed right to the first baseman, Lobb, who steps on the bag. A double play. Tough break for the Terriers. Heads up play by Lobb. Have another look. That was scorched. And just no chance for Pollitt. A 3 unassisted double play, and just like that, there's 2 down here in the 6th. Here's Kupal, freshman third baseman, having a nice day out of the 9-hole for Boston U. A walk and a single. Doing her job, flipping the lineup card over. This is a high tapper hit to third. White there, throw in time, and Eaglin essentially faces the minimum after working around the leadoff single. Bottom of the 6th, Army with 6 outs to work with to try and get 3 runs on the board. Black Knights trail it.
For nearly 4 decades, the Patriot League has delivered high academic and athletic achievements in the NCAA while paving a bright future for its student athletes. We are today's scholar athletes. We are tomorrow's leaders. We are the Patriot League.
At PenFed Credit Union, we help our members make the most of their personal finances so they can make the most of their dreams.
PenFed's got great rates for everyone.
The Patriot League on ESPN is on Instagram. Championship moments, amazing highlights, behind-the-scenes coverage, and features on the best and brightest student athletes in the NCAA. Follow us at Patriot League today.
Being a CARE champion is confirmation of what we know. Patriot League priorities and values are strong. The Patriot League operates in a manner that requires the athletics experience be integrated into the educational mission of our institutions. We ensure our student athletes are able to be students first.
Casey Ricard out for her 6th inning of work. She has posted 21 complete games this season, and in her last outing against Army in mid-April, she turned in a complete game effort. 7 innings of 2-run ball. Here, she's through 5 of scoreless softball. 2-3-4 due up here for Army. This might be the best chance for the Black Knights. You've got some of the top hitters in this lineup up to the dish. Brown hitless in 2 trips today, a couple of flyouts. Did almost flirt with a game-tying home run back in the 3rd inning. Bounces one in the hole, that's short. A Pollitt, tough play, made it look easy. Retiring her counterpart, and boy, was that smooth. In the hole, throwing across the body. Kylie Doherty liked it so much, she came in from left field to let her know and have another look. Pass Coupal, and the throw across the body, such a tough play. 1 pitch, 1 out to begin the home half of the 6th. Here's White, the 3rd baseman. She lifts this one into shallow left field. Doherty is there. 2 pitches, 2 outs. The combination of Brown, White, and cleanup hitter Caitlin Newbern coming to the plate. Just 1 for 8 here today. White with the lone hit, a 4th inning single. Newbern 0 for 2 today, a pop-up and a strikeout. That catches the zone for a strike. Ricard struck out the side in the 5th. Has retired 8 of the last 9 Army hitters. Good take by Newbern. Army in the tournament for a 6th straight season. Looking to get something going here, but time running out. This pitch is hit hard to left field. Doherty gliding, and she makes the striding catch. Another great defensive play by the Terriers to help out their ace, Casey Ricard. And the Terriers coming in a pack to give Doherty a hug. The Patriot League Player of the Year can do it with the bat. And oh yeah, she can also do it with the glove. We go to the 7th inning. Boston U up by 3. Top-seeded Boston U looking to add to its 3-run lead with the top of the order due up against Eaglin, who has done her job for Army West Point. The Black Knights coming in with the league's best team ERA, both overall and in Patriot League play. A strength for the Black Knights. Unfortunately for Army today, they've run into a buzzsaw in the name of Casey Ricard. Brooke Depies, last year's Patriot League Tournament MVP, gets things started here in the 7th. She's behind the count 0-2. Senior second baseman 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored this afternoon. That one a little out of the hands from Eaglin. Looked like it might have slipped just a bit. Eaglin trying to keep this within striking distance, although a 3-0 deficit against Ricard the way she's pitching seems a lot more. This pitch is hit lazily in the left. Tepley's there to make the catch. So Depies 1 for 4 here this afternoon for the Terriers, and that will bring up the left fielder Kylie Doherty, who made a nice running grab to take away a potential extra base hit from Caitlin Newbern to end last half inning. Second great play made by the Terriers outfield here this afternoon. It was Cameron Lyons making a wonderful running grab in the alleyway in right center to rob Mia Bonsignora of a double to close out the 4th. Doherty with that web gem, also 1 for 3 today with a double and a run scored. Doherty, a bit of a quiet 2 games in her regard. Hitless yesterday, a double today. But that just shows how deep this Terrier lineup is when the Patriot League Player of the Year this season isn't having her usual type games. Junior slices that foul out of play, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Eaglin has been impressive, has allowed just 3 hits against one of the highest scoring offenses in the country. 4 innings of shutout ball. Diving play by Sims, gets up and throws, and Sims says, hey, I can flash the leather too. Nicely done by the second baseman of Army, taking a hit away from Doherty. There's 2 away. Sims has been busy defensively here today. Looking ahead for Army for a Black Knight potential rally, it will be Lobb, Kuhnfair, and Bonsignora, 5, 6, 7 due up. Megan Coyle, the hitter, and time is called as Eaglin saying she's not getting the pitch, it looks like, as she looks into her first base dugout. Eaglin saying it looks like she wants to either redo it or get it quicker, and now it looks like it's an issue again as she's communicating with head coach Jen Consol. Gonna swap out the wristbands. Wind continuing to whip here at BU softball field. American flag at full attention out in left center. The wind has been constant, but so has the sun. Coyle 0 for 3 today. Takes a first pitch strike. Fly out and 2 ground outs for the former Lafayette Leopard. There you see the wind having Old Glory at full attention. This pitch crushed to center, but the wind's going to keep it in the yard. Kuhnfair makes the catch. That's a 1-2-3 inning. Eaglin with a fantastic outing for Army. She keeps it a 3-0 deficit. Army looking to rally with their last at-bats. 3 outs away from getting back to the 4th straight championship meeting. It started here in Boston in 2023, continued in 2024 with Ricard in the circle, and then they hit the road and won it at Army in 2025, looking to join Lehigh as the only other team in the Patriot League to win 4 in a row. It has been 3 decades since Lehigh did it back in 1993 to 1996. And Ricard in the circle, 3 outs away from a complete game shutout to send the Terriers there. First pitch swinging, Hannah lob, 1 out. Army has been aggressive over the last 2 innings. Ricard was able to get 2 outs on 2 pitches to start the 6th. Only needed 3 to get Newburn out. And 1 here to get out number 1 of the 7th. 8 straight Army hitters retired by Ricard. Here is the center fielder, Coonfair, 1 for 2 with a single. She bloops it in a right center. That will fall in for a hit. The 5th single put together by Army, the first hit for the Black Knights since the 4th. Army needs 1 more base runner aboard to bring the tying run to the plate. That snaps the streak of 8 consecutive retired by Ricard. And that will bring up right fielder Mia Bonsignora, the senior. A single in the 3rd, should have had a double in the 4th, if not for a great running play by Lyons out in right center. First pitch, a strike. Bonsignora, the New Jersey native, awaits the pitch and slashes it in a right center field. That will be trouble. It will 2-hop to the wall. Rounding 3rd, coming in to score, Coonfair, an RBI double for Bonsignora, and Army on the board. The senior right fielder with her 2nd hit of the game. 5th double, 16th RBI, and that will warrant a circle visit here for the Terriers. Bonsignora has seen Ricard well here today, and now the tying run will come to the plate. The scheduled hitter, Samantha Sims, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts against Ricard. You would assume Army will go to the bench. We will see exactly what the plan is, though. It looks like Sims may be staying in this game. We will see. She has the bat in hand. The junior second baseman, a strikeout in the 3rd and a K in the 5th. But a chance for redemption. Representing the tying run. Sims, a .245 hitter coming into the year. 26 hits, only 3 of them for extra bases, 2 doubles and a homer. That double, the first extra base hit of the game for Army. And Sims takes her time easing into the left-handed batter's box. She is the tying run. That is well outside for ball 1. Sims and Army trying to rally with 2 outs left. Lays off again, 2 balls and no strikes. Sims yesterday 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts and a hit by pitch. Looking to deliver here with a clutch hit. Takes the 2-0. On deck, the number 9 hitter, Sienna Tepley, the sophomore. Ricard got a one pitch out to begin this inning. A single and an RBI double followed. Wave and a miss. Bonsignora dancing well off at second. Trying to maybe draw a throw from Christopher to see if she can force an errant throw down to second. You don't want to get picked off, though, if you're Bonsignora. You are a crucial runner. The 2-2. And it's tapped. No catch on the ground. Are they going to say she caught it? Yes. Coupal with the backhanded snag for out number 2. Home plate umpire Kevin Thompson with the call. Pitch was tailing away. Wow, she did get it. What an incredible grab by the freshman. The defense on display here for BU. And that will bring up Tepley as the final chance for Army. 0 for 2 today, a pop-up and a strikeout. She had an incredible at-bat against Ricard in this game. That was back in the 3rd inning. She battled with the ace of Boston University. Ricard looking to make it a complete game in back-to-back outings against Army. This is lifted down the left field line. Long run for Doherty, and she couldn't make the squeeze. She seems to be all right. She was sliding into that sidewall. She kind of went out of our vantage point. Looked like it may have glanced the glove, but nonetheless, an incredible effort from the player of the year in Kylie Doherty. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tying run at the plate for Army in the number 9 hitter, Tepley. This is rolled over to second. Snagging play by Depies, and the Terriers are heading back to the championship game. On the right arm of Casey Ricard, who tosses a complete game victory after being pulled early yesterday, and she's telling her teammates one more. Boston U a win away from becoming just the 2nd team in Patriot League history to four-peat. And Casey Ricard delivers a gem. Army tried to rally in the bottom of the 7th, ultimately falling short. Your final 3-1 here in game number 1 of our triple header coverage. Let's take a look at how this game unfolded for the Terriers. They got it started, a 2-out RBI single from cleanup hitter Sophie Niver to give BU a 1-0 lead. And then another hit here for the Terriers. And BU ended up picking up the 3-1 victory, scoring 2 more runs in the 3rd, and that was more than enough for Casey Ricard as the Terriers advance the championship game for yet another season. So that will just about do it for us here for the moment. We've got game 2 coming your way next between Lafayette and Colgate. It's an elimination game, and the winner of that game will take on Army later this afternoon. For our entire ESPN Plus production crew, I'm Corey Naito saying so long from BU's softball field, where the top-seeded Terriers will have a chance to clinch their 4th straight league title tomorrow with a 3-1 victory over Army, thanks to Casey Ricard. This has been a presentation of ESPN.